Fountain pen shootout. Okay, so these Opus88 Koloro pens come in a nice little box, come with an eyedropper. Both have the one-way shut-off valve filling system, so you screw off the section, put ink in with the eyedropper, and then you can regulate the wetness a bit by turning this. You see there's the shut-off valve, secondary ink chamber, so really quite a nice system. So let's have a look at these two pens side by side. This one's my favorite, so we'll start with this one. The Opus88 Koloro. This is ebonite and acrylic. Quite a nice pen. It's not super large, but definitely very comfortable. And one thing I will say about there was a Teletubby moment, wasn't it? One thing I will say about these pens is that both models have a very comfortable section. It's really a pen made for people who like to write, I think, because I really find them comfortable to use, and that's really rather pleasant. Both have a nice ink capacity. I have to admit, I haven't measured the capacity on this model, but this one is pretty much 2 milliliters of ink, which really is quite a lot. Larger pen this, also a very comfortable section, also that one-way shut-off valve, but a bit bigger. And I've done separate reviews on both of these pens, so you can just watch those two if you want to. But one of the big differences, I think, is a number 5 versus a number 6 nib. And I love the number 6, of course. The bigger nib is always nice, and the pen overall is a bit bigger. So I think the best thing to do is just see how they perform side by side. So let me grab some paper. Let's start a bit zoomed in here, aren't I? Sorry. Here we have, I'm going to make sure that valve is open. Here we have that Opus88 Koloro. This is a medium nib, which actually writes more like a fine if you ask me. And this is the Kingdom Note Coconut ink. Even though it is a fine-ish nib, it's very smooth. So I do like using it. I mean, you get some feedback, but it's not scratchy. That's what I'm trying to say. It is a rather pleasant writer. When it comes to the to the wetness, not really a gusher, but clearly it flows pretty well. And you see, it doesn't really skip either. So pretty well tuned nib, I would say. The other pen, make sure that valve is open. Much wetter. I'm just going to write down demo if you don't mind to save some time. This is a broad steel nib, and it is a lot wetter than the medium nib on the other model. Even with the valves completely shut off, this one is way wetter. It also feels smoother. I have found it sometimes a little picky as to the angle it likes, so a bit of a smaller sweet spot, but I do think that overall it writes rather nicely, and that is a wet pen. So doesn't really skip there either. So in all, if you want more extensive writing sample, as I said, I have reviewed the two pens separately, so you can always check it out there for more detail. I just wanted to show them side by side so you get a bit of a feel of, which of the two you might want to explore. This is both pens in relationship to a Lamy Safari. If you were to ask me right now which of these two pens would you pick, I would definitely pick the Demonstrator. Bigger pen, larger nib, wetter nib, big ink capacity, I really like it. But there's nothing wrong with this. If you look for something a bit smaller, I mean, this is pretty massive. If you look for something a bit smaller, I think you could do a lot worse than pick this up. It's a cute pen, fun filling system, comes with the eyedropper and all, so really quite nice. Okay, so I hope this comparison was useful, and I'll gladly see you later. Bye bye.
Bye.